I dragged Mr. Glenn out for a late night hunt, and this is at Wally. Look at this beauty. It's either a Duster or a Valiant or a Demon. Let's see what it is.
Watch it.
I know. There's no tag on it. Beautiful car though. Wow. So you guys remember this, my gorgeous ERTL Bullitt. It was the model kit, because the model kit's the exact same as the assembled one. I grabbed it because it was only 70 bucks. The box was beat up, but I didn't care. I was opening it. Looks great though. It even sits like it. Wait a minute, what's this thing? Greenlight. Well, who did it better? How do you know which one to get? There's so many different companies making these things. If you wanted a Bullitt car or a Vanishing Point car, for example, ERTL makes them, Greenlight makes them. There's could be even be other people. Auto Art, I believe is the name of it, makes Bullitt. Is it Auto Art, Glenn, that has the screwed up paint on it? Glenn?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe it's Auto Art. I'm so tired, guys, I can't focus, but yeah, that would have been my choice, the Auto Art, because they make crazy cool stuff, but they got the total color of the paint wrong. But we're gonna get this guy out. We're gonna compare it head to head with this guy. Right away, I could see the ERTL has the chrome mirror. Oh, gentle. This one has a black mirror. So right away, there's a difference, but we're gonna get close up and see what the difference is. I'm an ERTL guy, so I might be a little bit biased. Getting one of these in the box is, you're almost stepping into a classic right away for the same price you're getting that. So I'm a bit biased, but we'll see what looks better. I mentioned I dragged Glenn on a late night hunt. That's the result of our hunt. It was just a spur of the moment thing to go out and get food, go out for a cruise, get out of the house on a Friday night, but we had fun and we got a square body anyway. Spam, that's funny. I didn't know what it stood for. A sizzle pork and Okay, enough of that. We got some unboxing and comparing to do, and we got some cool stuff to talk about that's coming up. So let's stop that garbage and get into it. We got my rocket juice ready. Let's go. Let's get hyped up.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it!
Beans, greens, potatoes. Just kidding, guys. That's, I walked in the other day, Glenn had that cranked, and it just, I love it. I play it in my car. I love it. I got a case of Pepsi, but because I'm a burnout, I didn't put any in the machine or any in the fridge. So I don't got my Go Juice for the video. Hope it's gonna go okay. I got a couple awesome things coming that I'm gonna show you and talk about at the end of the video. First, I gotta apologize to you guys. Today was supposed to be an unboxing of a heavyweight car. I'll tell you what it is. It was supposed to be a secret, but I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, I told Glenn the other day I posted the video and I didn't say what car I was unboxing. I called it a mystery package. I said, I don't do this for views. I do it because I enjoy it. But I said, watch, because there's nothing in the title. I won't get nearly as many views. Like, it's not Auto World this or that. It's just like mystery package. So yeah, the views were... But I don't do it for the views. If I did, I wouldn't like swear and stuff like that. And I'd be a little bit more concerned about the music and stuff. I don't swear as much as I do in the real world because there's some kids that watch my channel. So I try to keep it somewhat clean. I know my nephew watches sometimes, stuff like that. My friend Robin's son watches. If he's watching this, hello. But yeah, let's get into this. So, the video today, I'm going to tell you what car it was because you guys have waited and then I friggin' let you down. I didn't let you down. The seller let you down. It's all the seller's fault. I'm going to tell you about it. I ordered a car from the guy, Jada Godfather, with the resin Marlon Brando figure, 1 of 18 scale. You don't see those on Kijiji or Marketplace, and if you do, they're usually. So I ordered one of them, and the seller messaged me before he sent it and says to me, "Is this the right address?" And I went, "Wait a minute, no it's not, it's off by a number." And he goes, "Oh, well, F you then." And he blocked me. So now, because of him, I'm going to name him and all this stuff. We're not getting the package. Just kidding, guys. I can't even look at the camera and lie to you guys. I am a burnout that was tired, and he sent me the address, and it was one number off, and I scanned it with my eyes and was like, "Oh yeah, we're good, bro." And he totally mailed it to an address where it's like a friggin' park with a monument. There's not even a house. Like, I tried to run there and leave a note, just, "Hey man, I'm your neighbor, my package is coming here, here's my number." Nope. I was talking to a monument in a park. So luckily I got a hold of Canada Post. That is coming. It was no fault of the seller at all. He watches my videos. He was probably listening to what I was saying, typing as I was saying it, but I'm only kidding around. That was 1,000% on me. He messaged me and said, "Is this right?" And I said, "Yeah," and it was the wrong address. So he did his due diligence. That's all on me. But let's get into this, and then we'll talk about what's coming. The two other things that are coming. So this here, first off, if the gentleman that told me that I had the door handles on backwards is watching, thank you for telling me that. I was tired the day I put this together, and I put it together and the door handles were on backwards. Thank you very much for letting me know that. Luckily, they didn't have much glue on them. I was able to get them off. But thank you for letting me know you were right. And such a small detail when my brain is tired, when I put it together, if you remember, I was coming off a night shift. I was like brain dead. So, but anyway, this is my old school Earl. You get these in the package. I got a great deal on this. I got it for $70 because it was the model kit. So you have to put a few things together. It's not like a regular model, but it was a pain in the ass to put together. If you have the choice, don't buy the model kit unless it's cheap. Like this was $70. I got a brand new 118 Bullitt for, okay? 70 Canadian. So that's why I bought the model. But if I had my choice, if it was to put together one for 70, I'd get to put together one. But this, what I like about these, you still got them boxed. I can't remember the exact year of this. I got the Charger and the Supra. They were from like 2000, 2002, something like that. I'm going to say this is from between 2000, 2004. Not past 2004, I don't think. It's probably more like 2002, but I'll take a look and find out later what it is. But I know it's early 2000s. So basically, if you find one of these in the box for $100, you're going to pay the same amount that what you're buying the new Greenlight Collectibles one for, the 118, that I'm not knocking because we haven't had a close look at it yet. You could, like, literally, if you get one of these with a nice box sealed, you're walking into a collectible for the same amount of money. So that's the one thing that attracts me to these older Ertls. But another thing is they're beautiful. The only 1 of 18 scale Greenlights I have are gorgeous ones. I'll show you this while I'm yakking. I have this is supposed to have the 390 decal on it. I did not put that yet, so it's missing that. It's not the fault of ERTL. I didn't put that on there. But otherwise, very nicely detailed. Yeah, I totally forgot the train of thought. Oh, so the ones that I own, the only one of 18 green lights I own are pretty darn nice ones. I own the Fall Guy truck, which I heard was, well, it's Greenlight is the only one that had the license for the 1 of 18 scale, a new one, not one from years ago that ERTL did that was a toy. The new one for adults to display, the adult collectible. Greenlight got the license for it. Sorry guys. Man, they knocked it out of the park. It's almost like they said, we are the only ones that are doing this, let's do it right. Because it's Greenlight, and I own several 1/18, like some pretty high level ones. You guys have seen my collection, and that's one of the nicest ones I own. Another one that's one of the nicest ones I own that's done by Greenlight. It's the only non-movie car in my collection as of today, is the Black Ghost Challenger, the 1970 Challenger, 1 of 18 scale. Gorgeous. Comes with hood pins. That there, I heard stories about bad paint on a lot of them. I don't know if the bad paint meant the dreaded paint rash that comes on a lot of the high-end expensive ones that I see that I haven't seen come on ERTL yet. I love ERTL. I'm not saying that rash is not on any ERTLs, but I'm just saying I haven't seen any yet. I haven't experienced it. I've owned GMP stuff that has had the rash. Beautiful cars. Yeah, I totally forgot my train of thought again. Oh, it's about the ones that I own of Greenlight. So I own the Black Ghost, and the 1 of 18 scale, they actually did the Gator Green roof. They didn't do it on the 164, but they made the 1 of 18 look more detailed. Hood pins, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful color black. I gave that like a 9 out of 10 retro score or something. Almost gave it a 10. First one ever. And I also own the 1 of 18 scale Greenlight 18 van. Okay, the 18 van, I like it. Only reason I went with it, in my opinion, it's the second best to the Hot Wheels Elite one. They made one in a red box that's called the Hot Wheels Heritage or Hot Wheels Retro, something like that. It's comparable to the Greenlight, but it's a lot more money. The Hot Wheels Elite 1 of 18 has the opening back doors. The barn doors open, and it's got 3 antennas on the roof. That's what it has that the Greenlight one does not have. The Greenlight one, the side door opens, which is an awesome plus. Both doors open, nicely detailed, everything's nice, but it was my second choice. But I couldn't pay $600 for a diecast car, come on. Not to say if I see a Hot Wheels Elite 1 of 18 van for the right price, I'm buying it. And I'll just sell my Greenlight off. I've got the box, everything's perfect. Keep your boxes mint, people. So yeah, those are the only 1 of 18 Greenlights I have. So I'm not very experienced with them. The A-Team is good, okay, but the Fall Guy and the Black Ghost are extremely nice, killers. So it'll be interesting to see. So I showed you the classic ERTL. One last look, and it even sits like the real Bullitt Mustang. Like if you watch the movie and stuff, the back end of it kind of sits funny. Now this right here, here's the Greenlight. I'm going to show you it in the box. It doesn't have anything written on the back of the box the way that the ERTL Racing Champions and a lot of others do, but that's okay because it's got a very handsome box. It's to the point. Black colors, big bold red Bullitt. Just straight to the point. Now they also made a 1 of 18 Bullitt with the resin Bullitt figure. If I see that, I'm buying it just for the figure. And I'll sell the car. Like I'll put that figure with my racing. Well, it depends. I don't know how this is going to be because I'm talking. I haven't even looked at it yet. So let's have a look. I'm just an ERTL lover, guys. I love old school stuff. And like I said, if you buy one of those ERTL box, like the Bullitt cars or Vanishing Point, say, you're stepping into a classic for the same amount of money as some of these Greenlights. So I'm a little bit biased. Plus, Greenlight, their dirty stuff, I'm not a big fan of it. The little stuff, the 164 dirty stuff, they got it right. But the 1 of 18, I don't like what they did. It's like they sprayed clear coat. So this was already uncracked. It looks like the original owner took bands off maybe or whatever. He was in here for some reason, but we keep the boxes mint. Glenn does the same thing because you never know. Maybe one day you want to sell it, but keep your boxes mint. Keep all the inserts. If you take it off the base, keep the screws. Keep everything. I can't stress that enough. It's got a nice heavy weight, but I'm going to tell you guys, the paint is a much different color shade. Now, when I heard Auto Art did Bullitt, I said right away, that's a no-brainer. I got to have that. It's expensive being an Auto Art Bullitt in the box. I seen one loose yesterday mint for $190. I could have bought it. You know why I didn't buy it? It would have been perfect otherwise, but they screwed the color up. They didn't get, I can't remember the exact color green. It might come to me in the video, and if it does, I'll spit it out. I got a brain fart. It's a certain color green that it has to be the car. And the Auto Art one, it's a beautiful car, but they screwed the color up. So yeah, if it was the right color for $190, I'd have bought it because I display them loose anyway. But here is this guy. We're gonna put them side by side, show glamour shots. It does feel nice. Oh, that wheel is stiff on this guy. This one over here is rolling nice. This wheel here is kind of stiff. Feels like a model almost. Wow. These turn with good quality. Sometimes cars don't. The front wheels turn with the wheel, but it feels like crap. I'll give you an example. My 55 Bel Air, just to show you guys I'm not biased all for ERTL. The 55 Bel Air, ERTL got the black paint awesome on it for the American Graffiti. Same with the 70 Dodge Charger for Fast and Furious. Beautiful black paint. What they screwed up was the steering. It doesn't steer well, the steering radius. It doesn't feel nice when you're doing this. And the steering wheel barely moves it. They barely turn the wheels, so. Oh. That door don't open much. It doesn't seem to open much anyway. I'm not going to be like one of those morons in the video that snaps the door off, so I'm not going to, but that door doesn't open. One glaring difference between this and the ERTL that I seen is, oh, the trunk opens on this. That's a very nice feature. And it's a detailed trunk with a spare tire. I don't know if the ERTL one does. I don't believe it does. But that'll be a point over the ERTL. But where this does lose a point, surprisingly, something very small. Right there, the mirror. You see that? Chrome. If you rewind back or even look on YouTube, Bullitt movie scenes, chrome mirrors. They're not black or green like the car, whatever that is. Let's have a look here. But yeah, they're chrome mirrors. So right away, Greenlight didn't get that right. Something that amazed me is the ERTL Vanishing Point cars. Some of these guys that have been in the 118 game are so knowledgeable. I wouldn't have even thought to look at this, but a guy looked at my ERTL Vanishing Point car. It's got white mirrors. That's the one from the TV movie with Viggo Mortensen. I'm okay with it because it's my Vanishing Point car, right? But I would have the one from the TV movie or the classic because I love both of them, so that didn't matter to me at all. But I was amazed that somebody would see that small detail to point it out. But these details are important because people do notice it, guys. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to put these up and take some side-by-sides of it, but Right off the bat, I could see that the mirror is different. Oh, this side vent, so right here, there's no chrome insert. That's green. This other one, the Greenlight, has a chrome insert. Now, I can understand if it's not a movie car adding stuff to make it look better, enhance the look. But if it didn't have that in the movie, and I will be checking, I don't think it did, that's wrong. You don't do that to a movie car. Inside looks great, but I'm going to wait to look at the inside together with you guys. Let's look underneath here. The underneath, wow, they're pretty close to one another, actually. Obviously not exact, but they are pretty darn close. The Greenlight is marked 2008, but you could still get it in some diecast stores. Trying to see a date on this one here, but my eyes are bad. But I know it's early 2000s anyway, guys, but I will show you the underneath of both. Greenlight, right here, my left hand. ERTL, who I'm rooting for, my right hand. Now, ERTL, the front tires might look a little bit jacked up because this was the model kit. And the little steering knuckle, I tried everything I could to line it up and I couldn't. But that is not the fault of ERTL, that's mine. The next model kit I did, I got it perfectly, but not that one. So yeah, that's no fault of ERTL, but they do look pretty similar. The blue engine blocks. This one here has the visible oil filter. That's white. This one here does not. Very, very similar though. I wouldn't bitch about something different like the gas tank or something because you're not looking under the cars, guys. You know what I mean? Now, something I was wondering about when I put together this ERTL model kit here is if there was a Mustang symbol on the front that I was missing. Doesn't look like there was. Look at the difference in the grille. Jeez. Wow. The Greenlight one looks like it's recessed a bunch, but it's not. It's not really recessed much more than the ERTL one. The ERTL did come with license plate decals too, but again, I put the decals aside. I'm saving them for a rainy day. Same torque thrust wheels, but you could see a big difference in the color, guys. We're gonna get some better glamour shots of these lined up side by side here. Actually, we gotta check first, another feature we almost forgot. We still gotta check the interior. What is Retro thinking? So the trunk on the ERTL does not open. That's not a breaking point for me. It would give the Greenlight an extra point. But that's not a breaking point for me, the trunk. What would be a breaking point is like the Artisans where the hood and doors don't open and stuff like that. I won't have one. So we'll compare the engines. So this is the one for the ERTL I showed you. It's missing the 390 decal that goes on it. No fault of ERTL. Okay, Retro's fault. So now for the Greenlight. Wow, I can't wait to see them side by side. This paint is a lot different, guys. So yeah, it's got the same decal, but it's got a little extra one. So same decal on the air cleaner, but it's got a little extra one right here. So it does have some better details under the hood. A lot better details, actually. I will say that. It's for details under the hood, the Greenlight is smoking my ERTL. But the ERTL still looks okay. Just the Greenlight. And if you watch the video when I put the ERTL together, I mentioned that under the hood needed a little bit more, but the guts were there. Like I'm going to paint the battery terminals silver, stuff like that. But before I started painting and messing with it, I wanted to show you guys stock, right? So we could do a good compare. Now we may as well, before we do the glamour shot type stuff of these things, have a look at the insides. Now I thought that ERTL did a great job of the interior on these. And again, if you can't see the exact interior, I am going to show this but up there, but the ring light lights it up pretty good if you can see. got the pedals, everything, chrome inserts in the doors. Got the old school steering wheel. It's got the shifter with the black shift knob, black buckets. I'll show you the passenger. And wow, one of my door handles fell off during the video, but that's okay. They pop back on. I'm not used to moving them around, because you guys know they're not toys, so I'll put it to the side. The only reason this is out of the cabinet showing you folks. But yeah, I don't want missing wipers, missing anything. I'm not one of those missing guys. You see a good price one on Kijiji and then it drops the bomb. It's missing a vital part, like a silver screen General Lee 250, but it's missing the CB antenna. So you can see the chrome window handle, stuff like that. They took the time to do that. I will say again, this was the ERTL 1 of 18 Bullitt model kit, but the finished result when you're done is exactly like the diecast 118 they did, the ERTL Racing Champions, or American Muscle rather, I believe. So yeah, the decals not being on this is yours truly. So they did the interior of that. Well, let's see the other interior of this. Let's start with the passengers. So the passenger side, what I can see a difference, the seat has a little bit, just the details, guys. It's smoking the ERTL for small details, like it's got the chrome on the side of the seat and then up here. So for chrome detail, oh wow, the door, look at the door, guys. It's got the wood trim inlay. I don't even know if the real Bullitt had that or not, so I can't really say if it's accurate, but it's got the wood chrome inlay. For details, it's smoking it. But I'm telling you, if the colors, like when we line them up and there's something way off with the color or something. Okay, shift knob on this one is white. Oh, wow. So this door opens normal. But the driver's door, right out of the box, brand new model, is, I'll show you guys. And I'm not going to refund it or anything. Luckily, I'll say it once again, we don't play with these things, right? This is for display. Displaying it, you can't tell, but that's a problem with the door, and I'm not going to refund it and cause damage. But yeah, the wood inlay in the door, ERTL doesn't have that. So it's smoking the ERTL for the little details. One thing that it's got wrong, I believe, this has a white shifter handle. The ERTL is black, and I believe the movie it's black, but steering wheel very similar. What's going to tell the tale is when these two are lined up together. That's what's going to tell the tale. And I know that the color of the ERTL is very close to the actual color. This is more of a metallic, but we're going to see how they sit. We're going to see the size. We're going to see everything. You could even see the little ridge on the roof of both of them, so they're close. I mean, there's a little, I'll show you guys the detail of these. There's a little ridge, see right here? It starts right here. It goes on the trunk, that's the Greenlight. Crazy story about this, it just auctioned for a heck of a lot of money. This one, same thing, same line. Auction for a heck of a lot of money, but the funny thing is, I told the story in the unboxing movie of this beauty. The family that had it for years in New York, I believe they bought it from a police auction, something like they bought it from somewhere, maybe a used car lot. They were driving it as their family driver in upstate New York, brutal winters, everything for years. Had no idea it was the Bullitt car. Finally, it was traced through the VIN. Steve McQueen himself writes the family a letter. Back then, they didn't have email. Wrote them a snail mail letter asking to buy the car back because the movie wasn't supposed to be a big hit, right? But it started taking off, I guess, so he wanted his car. And yeah, they told him no. The father told him no. The son ended up selling the car years later for a lot of money. The actual unrestored Bullitt car. And it still looks awesome, guys. But let's have a look at these side by side. Wow, so I was seeing some big appearance differences, like body differences, like the chrome piece on the Greenlight one that wasn't there on the ERTL, like big stuff like that I'm going to explain in a minute. I'm no expert. I have pretty good knowledge of movie cars, but some of these guys, like my friend Greg, if it's an Auto World silver screen machine, that guy will tell you what metals it's made out of, like, probably, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know that much about it. So what I did is I took a cheech break. Just don't tell Glenn, because I'm the on-duty security here. Somebody's always here. The place is alarmed out the wazoo, cameras and all that, but somebody's always here. But if I'm the security guard, I've got to be sober, so don't tell Glenn I've been cheeching. But I came out, had a cheech, and looked up some info on this car, and you're going to be surprised about the Greenlight and the ERTL. So let's go in and I'll fill you guys in. Got them under the light here, and up top here, trying to show you guys. So the ERTL, the back valance, I guess you call it, is painted body color, right? So right away I looked at the back of these lined up together. Like, we're gonna look at them from every angle. The Greenlight does look good body-wise. It looks very good. The back valance on it, if you notice right away, first side I look at is the back, right? Big difference. Body color on the ERTL, black on the Greenlight. Body's green, but black back valance. So which one is the correct one for the movie? Like, if you have a Greenlight Bullitt, it's fine. It still looks awesome. And most people are not going to notice this stuff unless you're like my friend Greg, who knows like every angle of these things. The average guy is not going to notice. But when I noticed that big difference, I had to look it up and see who was right. Who do you think was right? Do you think it was the Greenlight that came out, you know, in the last 8 years, something like that? Or do you think it was the ERTL from the early 2000s? It's probably 18 or 20 years old. Who do you think got it correct? If you said the ERTL, the older guy, you would be correct. So far, it's winning. Now, the shame about the Greenlight is the detail they put into it. The body looks absolutely great. Wow. Just noticed that. And this is a brand new car, guys. That's the passenger door. Brand new out of the box, never displayed. So the front door doesn't look good, open right. I just looked at this. It's not lined up properly. And then I went to open it and it moves. So this will be a displayer only for Glenn, not opening the doors or anything, unfortunately. But the ERTL, the older one, my personal favorite, the old school, right? It wins that part. I'm trying to get the driver door open to show you guys on the Greenlight. But the shame about the big mistakes, guys, is the time they put into the little details in there. I mean, it looks great. Under the hood is even more detailed. Like, for the little details, the Greenlight beats the ERTL. But for the overall big picture movie correctness and the way the body panels are even lining up, so far it's the ERTL in the lead. Let's see, let's check out the rest. Side by side. Now, remember I told you I like the way the older ERTL one sits because the back end is slightly lower than the front. Greenlight kind of got that right too. Not exactly like the ERTL, but Greenlight did well with that one as well. I like the torque flights on the Greenlight. They look very nice. The ERTL one does too. The ERTL torque flights pop. But Greenlight did a very good job. You could even see the lug nuts. Let's have a look at the ERTL. ERTL can't see the lug nuts, but they still look great. But you can see the valve to put the air in, so that's a plus. Can you see a valve on this one? Probably. My eyes are bad. Yeah, I see a valve. So the torque flights are good and even maybe a little bit better than the ERTL. That's those little details I told you about that the Greenlight is winning in that department, details. The little door handle looks better, even though mine got a little bit of glue on it from me putting them backwards, so that's no fault of ERTL. That's a Neil screw up. We come to this next. This chrome insert. Now, it looks good and everything. It's just a little dress-up piece, but is it supposed to be there? Well, that's kind of cool. You get to see them both. You could see that the ERTL has a little bit more of the front end raised stanced, and that's how I remember the Bullitt car in the movie. But if you notice, that's the only ding that came on the car out of the box right there. Easy fix. But if you notice, this has no chrome insert, okay? So again, who got it right? Was it the old school ERTL? Now, we already talked about the mirrors. You notice the mirror here. That's the first thing I noticed. This thing wasn't even out of the box yet. And I noticed, why is that mirror that color? But I didn't even know if it was right or not. I just said, who's right with that? I looked that up last night. ERTL was right with that. But who's right with this one here? With the chrome insert. So what do you guys think? The ERTL or the other one? Look at that. Somebody asked me if the Retrofly hovering DeLorean still lives and works. Of course it does. It was built by Retro Collectibles. There's the prototype. It's not for sale, but if anybody didn't see that yet, check out the video. I show you how to make it step by step, what to buy and everything. Magnetic levitation, baby. Do it for under $200 instead of paying like $1,000 on the secondary market for the other one. So for the small details, Greenlight is smoking ERTL. But the problem is, for the large details, like the movie accurate details, the ERTL is edging out this because it's big mistakes on this. So the last question was that on it in the movie, or is the ERTL correct? If you guessed this old school beauty right here, you'd be right. In the movie, I looked it up on my little cheat break. There was no chrome insert. It looks good, but shame on Greenlight. You don't just add stuff like that to movie cars to make them look better. Come on. Next time I do a brand comparison head-to-head video, I'm even going to get a scale because that Greenlight, it looks to my eye to be a hair bigger, wider, and everything than the ERTL. And it also feels a hair heavier. Now, I could be wrong. I've misjudged these diecast cars before. Big time when I was trying to make that hovering DeLorean, actually. So, but the Greenlight does feel a little bit heavier and look a little bit bigger. The ERTL definitely sits better. One last look under the engine. So, again, the ERTL doesn't have the 390 sticker on the engine because I didn't put it on there yet, but that is the only sticker that goes on there. You see, for minor details, Greenlight kills it, okay? But for the big stuff, it's the ERTL that pulls in the lead. See this stuff here underneath here, a lot of this, if I wanted to, I could take a paintbrush and touch it up myself. I already talked about doing the battery terminals, right? So, and not to mention, people are going to notice the big mistakes, not little stuff like that, I don't think. Plus, I display them with the hood closed. The ERTL has a beautiful hinge on the hood too. Greenlight's is nice, but obviously if you got doors hanging off the frames and everything too, that's a quality control issue. Now, am I claiming that ERTL doesn't have any quality problems at all for quality control, paint, anything? No, I'm not. One of the most, well, not the most expensive car because I got a smoking deal on it actually, but my ERTL Smokey and the Bandit car, from this line. It's an older lines from the same line as the Bullitt, the Vanishing Point, everything. That the hood hinges on it are terrible. Like the hood, when I close it, I've got to like friggin' force it over a little bit and then push it down to close it. And that was right out of the box. The guy never had it out of the box. It had all the original straps on it, everything. So ERTL isn't perfect either. Nobody is. But I have not seen a lot of the paint problems on the old school ERTLs. In fact, the paint's beautiful. Like the best black paint I've seen is on the 55 Chevy for American Graffiti and on that 70 Charger for Fast and Furious. So the final question, I'm on Marketplace. That's Highland Green, by the way, was the actual color. I just remembered. But you're on Marketplace. You see both of these listed, they're $100 each. Well, if it's me, we're talking me, if I did it. I see both of these listed, they're $100 each. A lot of people would be like, go for the Greenlight because it's a newer one, that's old. A lot of people say, oh, that's 20 years old. I'm not going for the Greenlight. I'm going for that OG ERTL. Not only did you see the accurate parts of it, like it's missing some details, but some of those can be added. But it doesn't have stuff added to it that wasn't there. That is a huge fail, Greenlight. Like anybody that is a real connoisseur, like my friend Greg, would know that. He would know. He would see that and he'd be like, yeah, that's not right off the bat. Casual people, if Greenlight's easier to get, grab a Greenlight. I'm not saying they're terrible. There's nothing wrong with them. But if you have the chance to go with ERTL, I would get the old school ERTL for nothing more as well than you're stepping into a classic for the same amount of money. You're getting a car, if you can get one in a mint box and that, you're literally getting a vintage piece for the same amount of money. So think of that. I got some good stuff coming this week. Wait till you guys see what I got coming. Actually, I'll explain it. Hold on. What do I have coming this week? Wow, it's been a big week and it's been a good week for my 1/18 scale diecast. So, well, number one, I spilled the beans on the surprise. I'm getting this right here, the 1/18 scale Godfather, and it's rare. Now, I did find out that they made another one. I'll tell you about that in a second here. That's pretty much it, guys. Now, I know I always say it's not a Jada. After seeing my Jada Scarface with the Cadillac, with the cheetah print seats, the real upholstery, I was impressed with what they're capable of doing, so I'm looking forward to seeing this. I'm told it's well done. As you could see, it comes with the Brando figure. I've got to say, Jada kills it with making the likenesses of the figures. My Tony Montana figure done by Jada, identical to Tony Montana, Al Pacino in the face, the scar on the eyebrow, everything, identical. And from what I've seen of the Pacino figure, or the Brando figure, you've seen it yourself, it's pretty good. So I can't wait till that comes. Now the seller screwed up the address and then he sent me physical threats. I'm just kidding, guys. I screwed it up. I'll have it this week and I'll be unboxing it. They do have another version of that car that I didn't know about. It's called the El Padrino, and it has Marlon Brando sitting in the back, and it's got his hitman driver standing in front of the car. So that one's going to be on the list if I see it for the right price. But I was telling you guys, I've only got 2 or 3 cars left that I want for my 1/18 scale movie car collection. One of them Starsky and Hutch, one of them's Herbie, and if I get it for the right price, I'm gonna get Reservoir Dogs. Now, I was gonna get the Solito Herbie before, but Greg, that I mentioned a couple times in the video, said something to me, and I actually thought about it, and he's right. I said, oh, it's only Herbie, you know, it's not like it's General Lee or anything. And he said you should go for quality over quantity. And that's what I've been doing for most of this collection. But for this one, I was going to say, oh, I'll just get the Solito one. It's $80 shipped, right, for the 1/18 scale. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save my money and get the Hot Wheels Elite Herbie the Love Bug, because it's way, way nicer than all the other ones. Love Hot Wheels Elite stuff. So I'm going to save up and get that, or I'm going to wait to see one for a reasonable price. So check this out, guys. So normally I don't get police cars. I'm just not a collector of them. I don't hate police, dislike police, anything. I just don't collect police cars the same as I don't collect drag buses, right? Just not my thing. But I got something yesterday, I'm going to show you pictures and a video of it, that when I seen the video, it was sold. I was looking at the pictures saying the details on this thing are crazy. And then I looked at the video and I messaged the guy and said sold. It's a 1/18 scale diecast car. Wait till you see how it looks and what it does. I got it for $125. Smoking deal. I'm going to see if I could get Hamilton police decals made for the door, because it's the same paint scheme as the old Hamilton cruisers. So I could slap decals on it and make it work. But check this thing out, guys, and tell me this won't look cool behind, behind the General Lee and Vanishing Point and even Dirty Mary Crazy Larry. All right, the pictures look cool and everything, but this is what sold me. As soon as I seen this, I was sold, and it was only listed like minutes before. The crappy part though, the guy's in Toronto. He was just in Hamilton the day before, but the ad wasn't up. But check this video out. Now I've got not one, but two more cars I gotta tell you about. So I only need a couple more. Starsky and Hutch. I went on the other day because that's on my priority order over Herbie the Love Bug and Reservoir Dogs. I told Glenn I'm not gonna pay over $150 for one. That's my absolute max, and it would have to be like not a ding on the box if it was $150. He sent me one the other day for $220, and I said no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna pay $150 or less. So last night I decided to go online and have a look, because I've been selling some stuff, right? When I want something, I told my buddy this the other day because he wanted something, didn't have the money. I said, be resourceful, buddy. Like if I see a car that I want at work, I'm trying to close the deal and I'm on my cell phone moving shit around, selling it. It's like I'm moving stocks around, messaging people, selling stuff, this and that. You do what you got to do to make it work. Sell what you love less. But I went on into the Canadian 1/18 scale diecast car group, typed in Starsky and Hutch. I find a sales ad from March. And it's a guy I know, a really cool guy that I know. He's on my Facebook friends list. Know the guy personally. I met him one day and we hit it off. He has a mint in box Starsky and Hutch listed back in March, $130. I looked at the comments, no takers on it. So I said, what are the chances he still got this thing? I messaged him, he still got it. Well, he doesn't have it anymore because it's mine now. I bought it. So we got the ERTL, Chrome, not Chrome, what am I talking about? The ERTL, Starsky and Hutch that I wanted, the ERTL one, not the Greenlight, the ERTL one with the little CB radio, not the Artisan that you can't open the doors. The ERTL is the exact one I wanted. It's the same as this one, I'll show you, but it's regular. Oh, wrong one. That's not it. This is the exact one that I'm getting. Well, I'm going to show you in a second here, but this is the exact one that I'm getting. But this is the Chrome Chase version of it. That's funny. Glenn's got the Chrome Chase before he has the regular one. He was telling me he needs the regular one. I said, well, yeah, you got the Chrome one. You got to get the regular. But I'll show you guys some pictures of it. 2 pictures I have, but I'm pretty pumped up about it. See, you've seen me crack a few of those boxes open before, my Smokey and the Bandit, stuff like that. It's the same series that says new tooling or whatever on the front of it. It's the same as my Vanishing Point car, same as my Bullitt that was in today's video that kicked Greenlight's ass. It's a 20-year-old vintage ERTL. But it's along that line. So it's going to be very, very cool to get it. I look forward to it. And of course, I'm unboxing it with you guys. But that's pretty well going to be the last significant one that I need. I still need the Bigfoot with 66-inch tires. But that one, Greenlight did extraordinary on. Same with the Fall Guy truck. See, Greenlight does awesome on some stuff. But I need the Bigfoot with the 66-inch tires. Reservoir Dogs, if I ever find it for a good deal, and I will. I found Scarface and Herbie. That's what I need. So, and if I ever see a Hot Wheels Elite 18 van, I'm upgrading it from my Greenlight van. But that's about all. I'm trying to. Oh, one more car that I'm getting. Oh, I almost fell over there. One more car that I'm getting. I wasn't even gonna get this car. My friend that I bought which car was it? I'm so tired, guys. The Godfather car. He had a bunch of them that were for sale, and he had a Drew Carey 1 of 18 Matchbox car. 1 of 18 by Matchbox Collectibles. I said to myself, that's interesting. I've never seen it before, but I said it's not something I would buy unless it's super cheap, because it's like, it's not even the classic Volkswagen Beetle, it's the modern one. And Drew Carey Beetle, come on. But anyway, I went online looking, checking around for it. I found one mint in sealed box for $40. And I tried to email the guy, or I didn't try to email him. I messaged him and asked him if I could e-transfer him to hold it. And he said, no e-transfer needed. Let me know when you can come. So he lives out of town. I'm going to go get it. And I said, okay, awesome, dude. I said, if you change your mind and need a deposit, anything on that, just let me know. Same with my buddy with the Starsky and Hutch car. I asked him if he wanted me to send him a deposit today until I pick it up or whatever. No deposit needed, man. Just pay it all at once when you grab it. Awesome. So as soon as I could see him, I'm going to have that. We'll be unboxing her. I think that's it, guys. I don't have anything else to show, I don't think. I'm just looking around. We grabbed a bunch of new stuff, but I think you've seen most of it. I've been selling a ton of stuff on, what was it? Oh, Marketplace. A ton of stuff. So that's been going good. Helping me fund to get more stuff to open to show you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget, we got the Godfather unboxing coming up this week now. We're also going to have a Starsky and Hutch unboxing, whenever I could get around to pick that up. Drew Carey, when I can get around to pick that up. And we also have a mail day coming. That's the Godfather car, but there's also another cool little car in there as well that I grabbed. So I'll show you guys that. It's a pretty rare one because it's new. Anyway, guys, sorry about the sniffles, allergy season. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, happy hunting.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it!